Imagine your body being liquefied inside, your organs dissolving as you bleed through all the pores. This is not science fiction. It is what some of the most lethal viruses on the planet can do to you in a matter of days. And the worst? The most deadly is still out there, waiting for your next victim. Today you will know the 10 most deadly viruses that have ever attacked humanity. Microscopic organisms that killed millions and make COVID-19 seem like a common cold. Get ready, because number 1 will take your sleep. Starting our deadly count at 10, the influenza H1N1 virus, responsible for the 1918 Spanish flu. In just 2 years, this microscopic killer killed between 50 and 100 million people, more than the 2 world wars together. The virus attacked the respiratory system with brutal violence, filling the lungs with fluid until the victim literally drowned in his own blood. The most bizarre? He killed mainly healthy young people between 20 and 40 years, transforming his own immune system into a deadly weapon against his body. In number 9, a terror that came from the bats, the Nipah virus. Appeared in Malaysia in 1998, this virus has a mortality rate of up to 75%. This means that of every 4 infected, only 1 survives. Nipah attacks the brain, causing acute encephalitis, causing victims to come into a deep coma in a matter of 24 to 48 hours. The scariest? It can be numb to your body for up to 45 days before attacking, and you won't even know that you are infected. Number 8. The Lassa virus, the silent killer of West Africa. This virus infects more than 300,000 people a year and is transmitted by rats' urine. Yes, you heard right, mouse urine. Lassa causes hemorrhagic fever, making you bleed through the eyes, gums, and internal organs. In pregnant women, the mortality rate reaches 80%, and the baby dies in 95% of cases. Imagine living in a region where each rat can be a death sentence. Going down to number 7, hantavirus, another deadly gift of rodents. With a mortality rate of up to 40%, this virus turns its lungs into blood-soaked sponges. Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome begins like a common flu, but in 4 to 10 days you will be struggling to breathe as your lungs fill with fluid. The worst? You can infect yourself just breathing in contaminated dust with mouse feces. Think about it the next time you clean that dusty corner of the garage. In number 6, an old Brazilian acquaintance, the yellow fever virus. This killer transmitted by mosquitoes has killed hundreds of thousands and still causes 30,000 deaths a year. In the toxic phase, the virus destroys its liver, causing the jaundice that names the disease. Its skin is completely yellow. The victims vomit coagulated black blood, a sign that death is close. During the construction of the Panama Canal, yellow fever killed more workers than construction accidents. We reached the middle of our deadly count with number 5, HIV, causing AIDS. Since its discovery in 1981, this virus has killed more than 36 million people, the entire population of countries like Canada. HIV is a patient killer. It slowly destroys your immune system, leaving you vulnerable to any infection. Without treatment, a simple flu can be fatal. The most terrifying. You can carry the virus for up to 10 years without any symptoms, infecting others unknowingly. If you are finding this disturbing content, wait until you see the next 4. But first, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Because when the next deadly virus comes, you will want to be the first to know how to protect yourself. And believe me, it can save your life. Number 4. The smallpox virus, the only one on our officially eradicated list. But make no mistake, it was the most efficient serial killer in history. This microscopic monster killed more than 500 million people in the 20th century alone. The smallpox covered the whole body with painful pustules full of pus. The victims were permanently disfigured, and many were blinded. The virus was so mortal that it decimated 90% of the native population of the Americas when Europeans arrived. Today, virus samples still exist in high-safety laboratories. What could go wrong, right? Entering the deadly podium, number 3. Marburg virus, Ebola cousin, and equally terrifying. With a mortality rate of up to 88%. This virus turns your body into a biological bomb. Marburg causes massive bleeding. You bleed through the eyes, nose, gums, and even skin pore. The internal organs liquefy while you are still alive. The first outbreak took place in German laboratories in 1967, with monkeys imported from Uganda. Scientists died in a matter of days, bleeding to death in rooms of isolation. In second place in our deadly ranking, the Ebola virus, the hemorrhagic nightmare of Africa. During the 2014 outbreak, Ebola Zaire killed 90% of those infected in some regions. This virus is so lethal that it melts you inside. It begins with fever and headache, but quickly evolves into blood vomiting, blood diarrhea, and bleeding through all the holes in the body. The Ebola destroys the connective tissue, causing the organs to detach from each other. The victims die in hemorrhagic shock, swimming in their own blood. The worst? The virus remains active in the corpse, infecting those who touch the body during the funeral. And finally, the number one, the deadliest virus that has ever attacked humanity, the anger virus. You didn't read it wrong. After symptoms appear, the mortality rate is 99.9%. Of all diseases known to medicine, anger is the closest to a guaranteed death sentence. The virus slowly travels through the nerves until it reaches the brain, where it causes one of the most horrible deaths imaginable. Victims develop hydrophobia, absolute water terror. Just seeing or listening to water causes violent spasms and extreme panic. Saliva accumulates in the mouth because swallowing becomes impossible and painful. In the final stages, the victims alternate between extreme aggressiveness and paralysis, terrible hallucinations and seizures. Death comes through cardiorespiratory arrest while the person is still aware of his inevitable destiny. And here's the most terrifying part. Anger kills more than 60,000 people a year today. It is present on all continents except Antarctica. Any mammal can transmit. Dogs, cats, bats, even that friendly squirrel of the park. A single bite or scratch and you have only hours to get the vaccine before it's too late. These were the 10 deadliest viruses that have already attacked humanity, and the most lethal is still among us, waiting in the dark. Anger has existed for thousands of years and will continue to exist, because it is impossible to eradicate it from nature. But here is a disturbing reflection. All these viruses came from animals. HIV of chimpanzees, bat Ebola, bird influenza. As we invaded more wild habitats and the climate changes, how many other deadly viruses are waiting to make the leap to humans? Now I want to know, which of these viruses did you find most terrifying? And did you know that anger was practically 100% fatal? Leave it in the comments and share this video, because knowledge can be the difference between life and death when the next mortal virus appears. And believe me, it will appear.